Hi everyone, it's Lou Collins from CraftStash, and today I want to show you my top tips and tricks for building realistic scene cards. So I've got the fantastic new collection from Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget. This is just launched and I'm so excited because I absolutely love anything that's from Aardman. So Wallace and Gromit, the previous Chicken Run, absolutely adore it all. So we have got Ephemera, we've got loads in here and I'm going to be working with this. We've got a beautiful paper pad that thankfully does have some scenes in it, so we haven't got to get artistic. We've also got some washi sheets as well. There's 4 sheets in there, and we've got some stamps and dies too that all coordinate. So I'm going to be focusing today on the paper pack and the ephemera to build up a really fun scene card. So this is going to be kind of like a scene from the film. Obviously the scenes are 8 by 8. You don't have to work at that size. As you see with myself, I'm going to cut the scenes down to fit my card base, which is a 5 by 7. So let's have a look first of all at this ephemera and pick and choose what we might like. So we're going to have, of course, some characters in here. So we've got everyone, we've got a complete different styles here. So we've got the ones that are really realistic, so they look like the models that are in the film, and then we've also got like the sketchy drawn ones too. So you can mix and match and you can pick whichever ones. We've got sentiments that are no hen no hen gets left behind, happy birthday, you are top of my pecking order. Oh, I like that. That'd be good for, like, I don't know, Valentine's. Best of cluck, laid with love. There's all sorts in here. They're absolutely brilliant. So pick and choose the ones that you might like. I think I'm actually going to go for some individual characters so that I can stagger them and have them a little more layered. So I think I might have the 2 there. We've got yeah, we have these 3, I think. Let's just see. Yeah, let's go with those 3 characters over 2 pieces, and then we'll choose a sentiment maybe towards the end. So there's lots here. There's also things like florals we can use too. So I'm popping them to the side, but I'm not putting them away because, like I say, I may well come back to them. Then I need to look at my scenes. Now this paper pack has so much in it, and again we're going down both the realistic route and then we're also going down the sort of cartoon sketchy route as well. So you can again pick and choose. So you've got 12 different designs here. So there's one of your backing papers with the leaves. This is one of the fantastic scenes. I love that. We've got another one there with the suitcases and everything. We've got the deck chair as well. Absolutely fantastic. They are so realistic and they are actual scenes from the film. So we've got the garage there too, or the gas station. Then we've got some more backgrounds. So we've got one with the eggs, perfect of course for Easter. We've got some elements that you can cut out as well. I really like these too. So I think they give a lot of dimension to a card if you were to cut those out and stick them on. You've got come home to roost, congrats, chick as thieves, hello chicken, new chicks, laid with love again. So all of these fantastic sentiments. These are now larger than the ephemera. So you've really got a little bit, oh look at all of those. You've got a little bit of something for everyone. And I love this graph paper. That's brilliant. So I think I'm going to go with my favourite scene is probably at the allotment there. So we're going to go with that one. We're going to have everyone stood there. Now, as I said, I'm not going to go with an 8 by 8 card base. That's just a little bit large usually for me. So instead I'm going to cut this down. So I'm going to have a frame around my scene. So the white card base is going to frame everything. So I'm going to position my scene whereabouts I think kind of horizontally that I want it. So let's go with there and there. And I'm going to use my Creative Craft Products trimmer just to cut that down, and then I can mark the width as well. Sometimes when I've marked these, it's easier to turn the paper over because I mark with a pokey tool rather than a pencil. That just means that I've got a little bit more, so it's a little bit more discreet, let's say it that way. I don't have to worry about rubbing out pencil lines afterwards. Now, top tip, keep these. Okay, we're going to keep those. So that's our scene so far. We've still got the steps and everything in there, and then I'm going to decide which areas I want to keep. So let's just have the basket there, and then again I'm going to mark the 2 sides. Okay, so there is my card scene, my base, and that fits beautifully on there. Now I'm going to come back to the piece that I actually chopped off the bottom, and I'm going to use this to create myself some strips that I can place my characters on then, and I can then stagger kind of the heights if I want to as well. So I'm going to take this and trim this as well, and I'm going to trim this a couple of times into thin strips. Now it might be that you want to reinforce these as well. So one is going to be about 1 centimetre. I think I'll do them both around about 1 centimetre in thickness. And what you need to do then is take your strip, and if I just pop that, let's just pop it over here. Now it's not obviously going to fit on perfectly on the card and follow the pattern because the pattern's moved throughout the image, but it really does camouflage in really well. So I'm just doing there is just folding the ends over so I've got the width of my card, and I'm going to do the same with this one as well in a similar way. So just to get the width, make sure it's kind of central. There's one, there's the other. There we go. So decide which one we want on top and which one we'd like underneath. So I think this one's going to be the lower one. So this one's actually going to have about a 5mm space from the back of the card. So I've just created that lip there like so. Okay, and the same this side. Now you can measure this and do it properly if you wish. I'm quite happy to do it by hand there. And then I'm going to do the same here, but I'm going to give this a slightly deeper lip, so more like maybe 8 to 10mm on this one. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to take my bookbinding glue, and I'm going to adhere this wrapped around the base of the card. This one, because this one is the shortest one, it's going to go ever so slightly higher. So I'm going to put it about 1 centimetre or 10mm from the base of the card here. So again, wrap that round. Making sure you've still got that little bit of lift, so you've got those 2 fold lines. Perfect. Now if I hold that up for you, hopefully you can see we've got this gap with our short little sort of 5mm spaces there. Okay, so that also moves ever so slightly, which is great. Because of the 190 GSM paper, you get that little bit of movement. Then I'm going to do exactly the same with these slightly deeper ones. There's only a little bit this side, but that will still work. And I'm going to place these over the top of the one that we've just done. I'm going to drop it down a little, but not too much. So that's just going a little bit lower. Same this side. Again, try to make it nice and even. There we go. So what you've now got is 2 strips with a gap either side. Let's just secure this one again. That one came a little bit loose. There we go. And you should be able to see the spaces that you've got, and it creates a little bit of depth. But because the depth is no more than 1 centimetre, you could still put this in a padded envelope. You could put it into a slim box. So before we go any further, let's just think about our positioning of our characters. I think the main characters definitely need to be here in the front, and then he's going to go in the back there like so. So you've got that tiny little bit of dimension, not too much though, it's not massive. Now if you wanted to, you could take something like an alcohol pen and you could actually colour in the white areas on these images. I quite like them standing out white like that, almost like they've got a glow around them, and just makes them sort of just pop a little bit more. Now, I want movement to this card as well, being a scene card. So I do want to add in a sentiment. So I'm going to choose a sentiment again from my ephemera. And let's have a look. So what have we got here? We've got time to celebrate. That could be a good one. I think, oh, I like the greens as well though. Or even just hello. Hello. Shall we say... Oh, I like this. Best of cluck. Best of cluck. Perfect. Now for this one, to give that bit of dimension and movement, I'm going to use a little bit of acetate. Now, top tip, if you don't have any acetate, you could use the packaging, the plastic bag that comes around these. So I've got a thin strip of plastic. I've actually used acetate, but like I say, you can use your plastic packaging. And I'm just going to put a fold in it. Now I'm going to gauge how low down I want this. The fold is going to be at an angle, so it's not going to be perfectly straight or a right angle. And then I'm going to glue this inside behind my card. So the glue is going on the acetate there. I'm going to put it behind the scene, just here. So hopefully you can see that just on the back there. That will eventually dry, and then I'm going to glue my entire background down. So I'm using a little bit of foam tape on that acetate there just to attach my sentiment, and then my paper pieces here, my ephemera, is going to be just glued down, straight down onto the card. So some glue on the back legs there, and I'm gluing it just to the strip. You see how those strips really kind of camouflage in to the background there, because they just all colour coordinate. Now this paper pack is exclusive to CraftStash, the whole collection is, so you know that you're going to get that at the best possible price anyway, with their best price guarantee. If you're a VIP member, you're going to be saving 10% as well, and of course you always get your 5-star customer service. So there's a scene card. As you can see, I'm just allowing that to dry, but we've got our dimension there, the slight gap, lots and lots of depth to it. We've got the movement in the sentiment there too, building up that scene, and you can really have so much fun with all of the collection from Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget.